Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. We're actually going to talk about The Last Jedi, right? Remember that? Remember that thing? Yeah, The Last Jedi. We're going to talk about that. And director Rian Johnson, apparently, he would have loved to have had a test screening, but that would have ruined the surprise. Actually, I have to wonder if Disney didn't hold back on screening The Last Jedi because they knew exactly what kind of reaction they would have gotten from the fandom. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why the media still hates The Rise of Skywalker. Why does anybody give a shit? Why does anybody care? Why does anybody care? We're going to talk about that too. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 100,000 subs in the reef. Thank you for the support. If you want more content, give us a sub, help us grow, help us continue, and buckle up, right? Okay, IndieWire, Rian Johnson would have loved to have test screened The Last Jedi, but that would have ruined it. The director was never a fan of test screening until The Last Jedi. Knives Out changed his mind. So Rian Johnson has always hated the test screening process. I can't imagine why. Because, you know, his movies are very polarizing, right? And a lot of people probably would have hated them. The Last Jedi, Knives Out might have changed his mind. Test screenings have become too common for studio efforts. We're going to talk about, I think, the lies around The Rise of Skywalker. I think there's a lot of bullshit around The Rise of Skywalker test screening. The process allows directors to screen the film early in order to get feedback from a selected audience. Sometimes it can be a curse. The audience notes could force the studio to demand changes the director didn't want, or a blessing. It can help the director realize certain plot points or character arcs are confusing. So it's understandable why Johnson resisted them for so long. So he's talking about Knives Out home release, because that's all Rian Johnson cares about these days is Knives Out. He said he did do the test experience with Knives Out, but he said it would have ruined The Last Jedi. It was like a party in the theater. It was really fun, Johnson said of the first Knives Out screening. It was like the first time I was like, whoa, wow, everybody's kissing my ass. No, oh, wow, this actually plays. This is good, which is really nice. And that's something on Star Wars. You can't test Star Wars movies for a lot of different reasons. I don't know about that. I've always hated test screenings. And when we were making Star Wars at a certain point in the process, you're like, oh my God. I've always hated test screenings. And when we were making Star Wars, at a certain point in the process, you're like, God, I would give my left arm to put this in front of 300 people in Burbank just to see how it plays. It's a damn good thing you didn't test screen The Last Jedi, because 300 people in Burbank probably would have told you done fucked up. That's my opinion. A lot of people, a lot of old school Star Wars fans, if they were in your test screening audience, would have been like, what the hell is this? So I have to wonder if this was a deliberate choice not to screen the movie by Disney, by Lucasfilm, because they knew what was going to happen. Or, you know, they just didn't do it because they were arrogant. They thought they could slap Star Wars on anything and it would play well. People were going to go see it, and they did for the first couple weekends. They did until the word got out about how god-awful the movie actually was. Again, subjective opinion. Given all the spoilers Disney and Lucasfilm have had to protect prior to the release of a Star Wars movie, it's not surprising Johnson didn't get to test screen The Last Jedi. Yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame they wouldn't let people watch it and give their opinions and their hot takes on the destruction of the character of Luke Skywalker, right? But the director's comment forces the question, would test screening have been a good idea for The Last Jedi? Yes, it would have been. Johnson's Star Wars movie opened in December 2017 and infamously divided the Star Wars fandom. Many fans were outraged at Johnson's storytelling, which upended expectations by killing off characters, goodbye Snoke, and refusing to lean into popular theories. No, that's not why they were pissed. They were pissed for a lot of reasons. Mostly they were pissed off because of the piss poor treatment of Luke Skywalker. They treated Luke Skywalker very, very badly. They dragged his ass through the dirt. They unheroed their childhood hero. That's why people were pissed. That's why people were pissed off. Why does everybody dance around this? It's pretty obvious. Had The Last Jedi been test screened, audience reaction could have been so extreme that Disney executives could have screwed with Johnson's vision. Had it been test screened, audience reaction could have been so screwed. Executives could have screwed with Johnson's vision. Screwed with Johnson's vision. Had it been test screened, disaster could have been averted, is what you meant to say. Had it been test screened, they could have averted a massive, massive disaster. Critics agree. Rise of Skywalker's theatrical cut is one of the best Star Wars films ever made. Wait, what? No, this isn't. Wait, what? Rise of Skywalker theatrical. I think they got this wrong. Critics agree Johnson's Rise of Skywalker theatrical cut is one of the best Star Wars films ever made. Test screenings would have threatened the masterpiece. The masterpiece Johnson had already made. Okay, I think they're talking about The Last Jedi. I think they're talking about The Last Jedi, not The Rise of Skywalker. So basically what they're saying is it's a damn good thing. It's a damn good thing that Rian Johnson didn't get to screen The Last Jedi, or the studio might have wisely made changes to the movie that could have saved the Star Wars franchise. It's a good thing that didn't happen, right? It's a good thing that didn't happen. Meanwhile, there were rumors that there were test screenings for The Rise of Skywalker and that they were absolutely terrible. Now, Lucasfilm, I think J.J. Abrams came out and said, no, there were no test screenings that he was aware of, or some verbiage that's basically you can lie and you can kind of weasel your way out of it, if I recall correctly. There were rumors of people walking out. And again, Lucasfilm, Disney denied this, but J.J. Abrams also denied many of the plot leaks that turned out to be true. So basically you can't believe a damn thing Hollywood says, because they're going to say and do what they have to do to get your money opening weekend. And that's all that matters, right? Opening weekend. But people are starting to catch on. They're starting to catch on. That's why The Rise of Skywalker did not perform nearly as well as the studio was hoping for. Now I'm waiting for the next thing to be like, well, there was studio meddling with The Rise of Skywalker and there wasn't with The Last Jedi, so maybe fanboys should just shut up. Oh wait, yeah, there's lots of articles like that out there, including some of Scott Mendelson's on Forbes, where he constantly sings the praises of The Last Jedi and constantly reminds everybody how god-awful The Rise of Skywalker is, and that The Rise of Skywalker is a result of studio meddling. You know what? They probably wouldn't have had to meddle as much with The Rise of Skywalker had The Last Jedi not been a shit show. And The Last Jedi might not have been a shit show if Disney had actually done a test screening and realized that people did not want to see Luke Skywalker foobarred, right? I'm just putting that out there. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because Star Wars is dead to a lot of people. Disney is in dire straits right now with that thing we can't talk about blowing through the entertainment industry. Nobody seems to know what the hell is going on with Star Wars, and that was before we had a national disaster, an international disaster. So it's kind of a moot point right now. But Disney and the quest for more cash, of course, dropped The Rise of Skywalker on digital early. We still haven't seen it. We didn't go to see it in the theater opening weekend. First Star Wars movie, first live action Star Wars movie we've never gone to opening night. Seriously, and that's including Solo and including Rogue One. We skipped The Rise of Skywalker completely because The Last Jedi was such a shit show, and we knew the rumors were true that the movie was going to probably be pretty terrible. So we didn't go. Then it hit the dollar theater, and we didn't go to the dollar theater either because at that point, we were so tired of talking about The Rise of Skywalker that we decided to just skip it altogether. And then it comes out on home video. And I don't give a shit about this movie. I don't want to encourage them to make more shitty Star Wars movies, so we're not buying it on Blu-ray or digital. Maybe we'll catch it on Disney Plus one of these days. I don't know. I don't know if I want to waste the time. There are a lot better things to watch out there. I could watch a whole bunch of anime for the time it would take me to sit through The Rise of Skywalker. But maybe one of these days we'll look into it. For the same reason that I occasionally want to watch Batman and Robin just to see how bad it actually is. So there you go, guys. Disney, if you're listening, test screenings are your friend. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.